What's good, YouTube? It's Sebastian. I'm back with another video. Today I want to discuss how to ruin your life. I believe this is the quickest way to ruin your life and also the people around your life. If you lose yourself, it's over. If you lose you doing anything you're doing, why are you doing it? And I think this is a big problem right now with the amount of content we're consuming. And I catch myself doing it all the time. I'm consuming so much, and it's almost like I'm using it as an excuse because I'm learning from it. And there's nothing wrong with learning from it. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing is consuming this mass amount of content and learning from it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when you start to lose yourself because you're consuming so much of it. Sometimes I feel like I've lost myself because I'm trying to be all these new great things and better myself. And there's nothing wrong with bettering myself, but I need to better myself. Don't be somebody else. You know, you watch videos on how to get this body or how to think this way or do something this way and that way. But what we fail to realize is we need to take these things from these videos and implement them into ourselves, not take them for exactly what they are from that person. That person does it the way that they want to do it, that is best for them, that they ended up doing it. That's the way they ended up doing it, right? Let's do it like us. Let's learn and let's just do it. Let's consume some content and then get away from it. I think that's my next step is I've learned all this information and now I need to take a step away from it and make sure I'm implementing it, make sure I'm progressing. You know, maybe I need to take this information and then watch my progression. And if I'm not progressing, then I'm gonna keep working on it till I do progress, but I'm not gonna consume more content on it until I see progression on what I consumed. Because that's the reason I'm consuming it, right? We're consuming this content, we're educating ourselves to get better. So if we're not seeing the progress from it, and let me stop myself there because I feel like I'm kind of beating on myself. Man, I'm always getting better. Even when we don't see it, man, we're always getting better. If you're putting in the work, you're always getting better, whether you see it or not. It might just be happening so slowly and so little by little, it might be inching its way that we can't even notice it, man. People like me were our worst critiques. We beat on ourselves because we want to be the best we can be and that we know we're going to be. I know I'm gonna be great. I have zero doubt in my mind where I'm gonna end up. I know every great thing I'm gonna achieve. But sometimes it's hard to know exactly what those things are, you know what I mean? You know, it's a few things I can visualize, but you can't visualize it all, man. You know, and I think maybe I just need to practice it more, huh? Or maybe that's not all visualization is. Maybe you know, in order for things to become reality, you must visualize them very in detail and in depth. But some things I believe are just gonna come. Is a domino effect. You know what I mean? Some things are just gonna happen to us because we're going towards it, we're working towards it, and we know it's gonna happen. Inside of us, deeply, we know it's gonna happen. And maybe we're visualizing through our words. Like I'm not sitting here saying I know exactly what's gonna happen, and I'm seeing little things, but I'm not seeing everything. Man, I don't think that's possible. You can't see everything that's coming. You're not supposed to see everything that's coming. Man, if you see everything that's coming when you get it, it's not exciting, right? Man, I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole here, but it all comes back to, man, we can't lose ourselves. Because what are we doing if we lost ourselves, right? With that being said, part of us is men, because I'm assuming I'm talking to mostly men here, teenage men, teenage boys becoming men, right? Um, Part of that is taking care of others. You know, I'm not sitting here saying everything is about you. Your life is not about you as a man. Your life is about taking care of the people around you and providing for the people around you and being that security. You should be needed, not needy. You know, there's a lot of content out there right now, and I feel like it's an asset, but it can also be a bad thing for us because not everybody's good at deciphering what's good and what's bad information. There's a lot of information out there right now. There's a lot of entertainers out there right now. There's a lot of people in positions that they should not be in right now because of the internet. So we must be wise enough and conscious enough to decipher what to listen to and what not to listen to. We must follow our path. And that's what I've had a hard time. That's what I have a hard time seeing sometimes when I'm consuming a mass amount of content, because we are seeing everybody else's path. We are watching everybody else's path. We're listening to everybody else's path, and we're trying to follow their path. But man, we got to take a step back. We got to take a step back. And that's why I decided to delete all my social media. I deleted everything except YouTube. I have YouTube, and it's really, it's kind of a problem because that's what I spend most of my time on is YouTube. But I'm working on it. I'm gonna start consuming a lot less content. You know, instead of consuming content, you know, I've consumed the content at this point. I believe I've consumed enough content to take me to the next level. And when I get to that level, then I will consume more content. And maybe that won't be on YouTube. Maybe that'll be wherever. But I was consuming the content. I will get the education to take me to the next level. But don't take that as me saying I'm not gonna keep improving and educating myself. I'm gonna continue to learn, but I'm not gonna get my content from a bunch of different people. And you know, I'm gonna get some real world experience and continue to grow. I'm going to take a step back from the world and enter into myself. And I believe that's what you should all do too. Let's take a step back from the content. We've consumed the content. We've watched and heard the same information from 10 different people, 10 different times. Let's take a step back from it. Let's build our journey. Let's live our lives. Let's make our path. Let's make our content. We consume it all the time. Let's post it. Let's make our own. Let's build our brand, our journey, our life. Man, let's be conscious. You ever feel like you're walking around and you're just always in a fog? Man, I have that problem a lot because I'm always thinking about the next step, or I'm thinking about doing this or that, and I have a hard time relaxing. Meditation has really helped me with that, and I've kind of gotten away from it, but it's been points in my life where I was really heavy on it, and it really did help me. I've seen great benefits from just learning how to relax. Taking deep breaths. And I know this video is kind of all over the place, man, but if y'all can just bear with me and listen, you know, I'm just speaking my mind to y'all. And I believe this is all things that we can all relate to. And man, let's get into it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Give me y'all's thoughts. You know, Life is short. We ain't gonna be here forever. Let's enjoy this process. Let's stop beating ourselves up so much because we're not who we want to be. Man, let's look back a year. And maybe you fell off. Maybe you were better than you are right now a year ago. Man, but you put in the work and you got to where you were a year ago, right? So get back on it. Get back on it. Let's get back after it. Because you're going to be better than you were a year ago. You're going to be better. You're going to bounce back. That's building character. That's putting a chapter into your story. Let's not beat ourselves up. I keep saying this, but man, we got to be hard on ourselves, but we can't beat on ourselves. We are all we got. And in order for us to be there for the people that need us, as men, as we protect and serve our people, we have to be there for ourselves. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's take care of the people around us, and let's continue to get better. We don't got to have everything figured out. We don't need everything figured out. We're not going to have everything figured out. Let's enjoy our lives. Man, let's just take a step back. Let's take a day to ourselves and just be you. If you're working a job you don't like, man, let's make a plan to get out of it. Let's make a plan. Let's get a journal. I got my journal sitting right there behind the camera and my pen right next to it, man. Let's make a plan. First, we're going to make a list. That's what we're going to do. First, we're going to make a list on everything that takes away from our peace, everything that takes away from our calmness. Let's make a list of that. And after we have that list, individually, one by one on that list, let's make a plan on how we can get rid of that and how we can bring peace to ourselves. We got to take action. And we are taking action. That's why we're here. Everybody don't want to get better. Everybody's not us. We're different. Man, I hope y'all learned something today. And if y'all didn't, that's all right. But I hope y'all thought a little bit. I hope y'all questioned something you're doing. It's okay to question ourselves. It's okay to get better, man. It's okay to want to be better. It's okay not to be perfect. Just be you. Let's just be us, man. That's all I got for y'all today. If y'all enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Y'all have any questions, message me any topics you want to talk about, you want me to talk about, whatever, hit me up. But yeah, man, let's support each other. Let's keep getting better. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.